try to guess if you can, which TV is the 2019 Sony Bravia A8G and which one is the Sony Bravia 9. If you guess the TV on the left is the Sony Bravia 9, you'd be absolutely 100% incorrect. Actually, the TV to the right is the Sony Bravia 9, and the TV to the left is the 2019 Sony Bravia A8G. The TV that got me into OLED, by the way. I don't think many people realize that when we talk about Sony TVs, that this TV, above all else, pause right here, was the one TV that had me believing in something that for years before that point, I just did not believe in. It was only LG OLED back then, and what Sony did with the Bravia 9, or rather with the A8G Bravia OLED, was truly special. And I still believe that to this day. And you're seeing it go up against a quantum dot mini LED, and it's getting slaughtered. I'm going to pause right here. Now, there are those that might think I'm being unfair, to which I'll tell you I brought the Sony Bravia 9's picture quality to its brink, to its peak, and to absolutely the best it could get. But now, I also want to show you, I'm in content type video, so we're not using PC mode or game mode, and this is my IMAX enhanced creation, okay? These are my settings. This is what it would have looked like out of the box, though. You're starting to see where I'm going with this? This is what standard mode looks like. And this is what cinema mode looks like. And this is what their professional mode looks like. At every turn, Sony is just dropping the ball. Again, in real time, I'll show you. We don't have to lie or anything like that. We can go ahead and hit reset. Reset to default. And there you go. That's your Bravia 9 picture quality right there, your $3,000. This is where it went. This is where it went. I don't know how many people need to see a video like this to understand that there are vast differences between these two displays. But when I say it's vast, I'm not joking. Pause right here. It's not OLED level. It's not even OLED level from a few years ago. And I'm proving that with a Sony Bravia 9. So for all the people saying I'm against Sony, what's your excuse now? Honest to God, what is your excuse now? Because I hear a lot of, oh, it's just because you like Samsung. Okay, here's my Sony to the left, and here's the brand new Sony Bravia 9. It looks bad, and I'm going to go ahead in real time on this Sony, and I'm going to go ahead and just hit reset. Okay, and there you go. It still looks bad. And again, just so you can see how far it's come, okay, this is what it looks like and how bad it looks in standard, how bad it looks in vivid, and where I took it to. I did do good work on it for what it could do. But again, comparatively to the real deal, it's very, very obvious to anyone with a pair of eyes that Sony is not the same Sony. And that is why I keep harping on them. Because it is clear that Sony is not the same Sony. They haven't been for eons. And to try to sit here and placate this, or to try to pretend like this isn't the big issue that it is when you are paying the exact same Sony pricing that I saw back when I bought my Sony Bravia A8G, to the left, and now you're on the Bravia 9 paying more, and you're getting a significantly worse experience. I don't know what to say to this. What do you say to justify this away? They just had an off year. Well, that's their problem, isn't it? I mean, they want $3,000 for this off year. And there are so many journalists and reporters and YouTubers glowing about the Bravia 9, doing camera tricks, increasing the contrast, playing games, okay? I don't have time for games. I'm a grown man with children and a life, to which I just do the best I can to show you everything that I can to the best of my natural ability. And again, you don't have to believe it, but it is what it is. The Sony Bravia 9 is getting trounced in almost every real way that matters by the Sony A8G Bravia OLED of 2019. Back in a time where Sony cared about their picture quality and they were producing, again, image quality to rival their competitors. Now Sony doesn't have any real competitors. It's almost like they don't need natural competitors anymore. They are at the top of the food chain. They are the apex, and there's nobody that can beat Sony anymore. And this is kind of the general idea that we've seen out of Sony for many, many years now. When you put it into practice, though, you can see that Sony, the same Sony that everybody loves, looks very different in 2024 versus 2019. Pause right here. Look at the water. I'm going to go through the modes. I don't have anything to hide, okay? Vivid mode. We did a reset on that. You guys saw that in real time. It looks that bad. Standard, looks that bad. Cinema, looks that bad. Professional mode, looks that bad. Calm, looks that bad. I mean, look at calm. Like, who the hell would want to watch that? Photo mode, looks that bad. My settings, looks that good. But, I mean, how good can it really be when it's kind of like it is what it is, right? I mean, there's a contrast issue. There's a clarity issue comparatively. It's a joke. Like, it honestly, it really is a joke. This is an older OLED. And it has a ton more color. I'll pause right here. Look, I mean, like, look, we're in a dark room. I'll raise the ISO. I'm at 640. I'm going to raise it up just a little bit. We're at 1250 on the ISO. I don't really need to go much higher than that. You can probably already see how hazy the screen is. If I were to go higher, we'd be at ISO 1600. For anyone who's ever dealt with a camera, that is not a high ISO to start seeing this level of bloom. And I'll just hit play. So you can see what it looks like when it's moving in motion. That does not look like a premium TV by anyone's stretch of the imagination. This looks worse than the TCL from my memory. Okay, I'm gonna pause right here. I'm gonna lower it back down to ISO 640. There we go. I'm sorry to say this, but like the Sony, I don't know what they're smoking on the Bravia 9. I really don't. I'm trying to. I wish I understood it. But as I look at it with my naked eye and I'm looking at the freaking, like, dude, like I've never done this comparison. I'm doing this all in real time for the first time, okay? The red, I've never liked the red on the A8G Bravia OLED in comparison to anything with quantum dots. This is the first time ever I've looked at the red on the Sony A8G Bravia OLED and looked at the Bravia 9 now, because it's a new product, and goes, wow, that's a big difference in red. Like, the red is so faded and so pale. And they think they're so slick. Like, if we just make it cool enough, if we just look at the haze, man. I swear to you, I'm not even bullshitting you. This is what it really looks like. I mean, if there's a setting you want me to see, if I could toggle on, hit reset. This will reset everything. Everything. There isn't a game that I could play to make it look this damn bad. There's nothing I could do. It just looks this bad. And this is the standard picture mode. If I go into cinema, they're most calibrated, okay? And then I go into, again, we're going to hit reset. Again, real time, man. There is nothing I can do to make it look this bad. It just looks this bad. We'll finish this out in cinema mode. By the way, again, in real time showing you. Okay, you have their modes. All their modes, by the way, look like trash. This is their cinema mode, again, showing you that. And I can go from cinema to professional, where it's really dim, to calm, to photo, to IMAX, where notice how with my settings, you get the deep inky black levels back. It's a world of difference. I mean, now it looks like a different TV compared to what it just looked like a minute ago. So again, for everybody saying I'm being very unfair and I just want the Bravia 9 to fail, I have no reason to do that against the Sony, my A8G Bravia OLED, and for those that don't believe it's my A8G Bravia OLED, okay, here we are, Bravia OLED. You can probably see this. Maybe you can't. There's the remote, for those that remember the metal remote, right? And we're going to go ahead and hit the settings button. It opens up on both TVs, so you can clearly see. Who remembers this old Sony picture mode? The Sony interface, the old one. There you go. It is what I say it is. This is an A8G Bravia OLED from 2019, man. And the Bravia 9 is getting his ass slaughtered by it. It's getting beaten. The Sony Bravia 9 cannot do what the Sony Bravia A8G is doing. So if you have a Sony Bravia A8G and you're thinking, oh wow, they're really getting me with this talk of high peak luminance and peak brightness, it's useless brightness, man. Don't even sweat it. New Sony is garbage. It's chaffa as fuck. You don't even need it, man. Like, new Sony is such trash. Like, it really is, my dude. All you have to worry about is old Sony, because old Sony was the real lens to living room. What got me, an actual photographer, videographer, involved in their cameras, which I'm shooting with a Sony A7 IV, for anybody wondering. Again, Sony lens and everything, G Master lens, okay? I got into the Sony ecosystem because I love Sony. I really do. I mean, I love their phones. I love Sony. I do. And that's why I get so pissed off, because what the fuck is this shit pretending to be Sony? This is a Westinghouse with a Sony badge on it. And it's like Sony got the idea to source these really low quality images at high prices. And people are believing that that's the Sony picture. But it's not, though. I mean, look at my field of flowers. It literally looks that vibrant. I'm literally looking at this with my eyes right now. Compared to their calibrated cinema mode, it looks like trash. Like, right? Like, okay. So let's say, no, sorry, my IMAX enhanced mode settings still looks like trash though, comparatively to the Bravia A8G. And then we go to what they did. I'll go to their cinema mode to see if it gets better. And my dude, no. That's pale, faded, washed out, chafa as fuck. Like, it really is so garbage. It's garbage. There's nothing you can do to make this TV not look like a piece of turd. Like, what the hell, man? Look at the haze. Oh, my God. And no reporter is doing this. Nobody's talking about this. All they want to do is sit up here and make apology videos for it. I'll pause right here. Right? They want to be like, well, what the Sony Bravia 9 is not, it's not an OLED slayer. You want to know why they fucking said that? Here it is against an OLED from fucking years ago. And it's getting slayed. Not even, bro, I'm not even joking, dude. Like, look, real time, open it up, cinema mode, the most calibrated, fuck cinema mode. We don't care about calibrated. Okay, standard mode, you'll probably rock with that, right? Okay, we're gonna go down, we're gonna go to our brightness, we're gonna go ahead and hit reset on everything. If you think I'm putting settings in, this is your chance to see it in its truest form. If you think, really, I'm trying to hurt this TV to make it look bad and so it doesn't get sales, look, I'm resetting it. Real time, bam. This isn't a pre-recording. That's what it looks like, folks. And I have no idea. I'm as perplexed as you guys. Why are all the other YouTubers showing something so vastly different from reality? It can only be because they want to keep getting invited out to press conferences. They want to go to Value Electronics shootouts. They want to like hobnob with each other. And I don't give a fuck about any of that. They can pretend I'm some quack boogeyman as I'm the guy that literally has invented his own calibration standard that surpasses anything that Sony and all the other experts in the field have done and all of the years they've been doing it. And they don't have to like that. They can hear that and think I'm some cocky punk ass kid that knows nothing, that just wants to blah, blah, blah. And they can sit there and say, well, I'll never be as big as them. And who gives a fuck? Because you know what? There's a kid in India right now that's better than you at engineering. And it's that mindset. Here I am, the best in the world at literally what I do. Okay? Quite literally some CM Punk vibes over here. Like, gee shit though. Like, dude, you cannot make it up. Their calibration, look at their best. That looks like shit. And that's what you're paying $3 fucking grand for? That's their calibration? Dude, here's their professional. It's super fucking dim, dude. Professional mode right there. And I'll go ahead in real time on professional mode, which now we can't really say shit about it, right? Go ahead and hit reset. That looks so bad. Okay, I'm going to go into their settings and we're going to look at what's going on. Pretty much everything is off. Peak luminance, local dimming, we'll put that to high. We'll turn on peak luminance on low, just low, right? Still looks like shit. We turn it to medium, turn it to high because we have the Bravia 9. We want to see the highest. That's what it looks like, man. It does not look good. Like, hit play. This is a professional calibration now. All the experts at Sony, years of experience. This is what they have to offer, and it does not look good fundamentally. And when you look at the differences side by side, this is what you're paying for. Like, thousands of dollars, not hundreds, thousands, and you're losing that money hand over fist. Your family saved up for this money, and you're getting bullshitted for no fucking reason. For literally no fucking reason at all, other than the fact that they woke up one day as a big ass corporation and decided to put some bullshit in the same price as something. This TV, by the way, you could pick this up on eBay right now for maybe $900, and you could have a 65-inch, a better experience. You can find it on the used market, Facebook Marketplace, $700. I mean, you do not have to pay a whole lot of money to get what they're giving you to the right for 3,000 American dollars. Yeah, fucking right. They're on drugs. They have to be on drugs. This is so far past a comparison that it's now like it's an insult to your intelligence almost. It's like you really think I'm fucking stupid. Like you genuinely believe I'm going to pay for an alligator that looks like that for $3 grand when I know for a fact. Again, and this is their professional calibration versus mine at this fucking point. Sony versus Quantum TV. You're seeing it right here. Professional mode right there. Okay, and then you go and we again see it right there. You guys saw it. I hit reset, and the only thing I did, I added their peak luminance, so they have a higher peak brightness, and I gave them local dimming on high. And even with local dimming on high in their most professional mode, their most calibrated mode, dude, check it out. This is what the reference standard looks like. When I tell you they calibrate to make your TVs look 30 years old, look, this is what it looks like. They make your TV look 30 years old, my guy, and they do it on purpose. I don't know for what end, I don't know what they gain from it, but you're seeing it here in real time. Now, again, this now gives you a question that you can ask comparatively, like for the money, for what you're paying, are you seeing your value? Unequivocally, the answer is no, because the Sony from 2019 decimates in every way, shape, and or form a professional calibration from all the experts at Sony Studios, you know, lens to living room bullshit. You're being sold. Marketing at Sony is fantastic. They spare no expense hiring YouTubers to do this shit, okay? But the truth is, when you really start to look at what you're getting, it's not much, and that's just the truth, right? So if you like a comparison like this, let me know. Smack a like on it. I don't really think I need to drag it on with a long 20, 30-minute comparison. I think this will suffice. I think you get the point. Again, I'm blown away that it's this big of a difference, but it truly is. And you're seeing it in real time. How much more proof do you need than that? That being said, I want to thank you guys so much for watching the #1 brand in honesty. Again, I'll let it round out by showing you the chessboard and then the strawberries after, and then we'll end it. But I'm not impressed. This is Sony in 2024 versus Sony in 2019 on the left. The Bravia A8G is the left. The Sony Bravia 9 is the right. You let me know what you pick in the comments down below. Till the next video, I'll see you guys later.